Professor Tom Sizemore.
Love Sizemore in Heat.
Yes.
I always confuse him with Michael Madsen.
Yes.
Me too.
Yes.
That's what
Why
I was
do
going to say.
all three of us do
I
that?
don't know.
If the three of us do it, is that some Mandela
That's
effect
exactly what I was going to say.
shit? That's some. So was I.
Nelson?
That's some Mandela effect shit.
And before you said Heat, in my head, I had Michael Madsen.
Yeah.
So I was going to say.
People like Tom
you know.
Sizemore, and I picture and I don't know why I came here tonight. When he cuts the ear off.
Right.
What's the Nelson Mandela effect? You just said.
Now I need to know if you're joking or not.
I'm not.
OG. Sorry, I'm not going to.
You just said Mandela effect.
I did.
And I said Nelson, and you said yes.
Yes.
So I don't understand what that is.
It's a deal, man. Look it up while we.
Here we go.
No, you. It's this belief. Some people believed that he died at a certain time, Mandela.
Okay.
And he didn't. And if you asked a certain amount of people in the world, they would say, yeah, that's when he died. So they started calling this idea of people believing things that didn't happen, but a ton of people believed it, the Mandela effect.
Yeah, I mean, he was in jail and then he was out of jail. They say
Right.
he died in jail?
There are, again, this is why I can't explain it well enough.
All right, I got you.
It's a
I got
deal
you.
though. It's very interesting.
All right, let's discuss that further in another episode.
Yeah. OG, we pretty much.
I mean, yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
Sizemore was a mess. I actually read his book, and it's a shit show. I recommend it if you're a Sizemore fan.
I don't think Madsen's all together either.
He's
probably why.
he's a couple sandwiches short of a picnic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but his sister Virginia Madsen.
Yeah.
Teddy Atlas.
Teddy Atlas, great man. One of the most. We're talking about the boxing announcer.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the most respected men. We kind of met him in Philly when they were doing Friday night fights.
I met him mad times.
And yeah, we walked in with him at the Y when they were doing this thing at the Y on Broad Street. You remember that one? I mean, that was the crazy times. Those Friday night fights. I mean, you could beat anybody at those things.
Yeah, they were.
And they were good fights.
Yeah,
too.
we were sitting with Zab Judah and his whole family that night.
And I love when they would make Teddy do the Olympics.
Yes.
And they had so much time to kill, and they would let him talk, and he would just say the craziest
he's a loose
stuff.
cannon.
Yeah, he would say the craziest stuff.
OG.
I like when he gets mad at stuff.
Oh.
That's my favorite.
You know who I'd like to hear talk about him is Paulie Shearterra and Jason Shearterra, because he's from Staten Island.
Yeah.
If you ever seen his face, his whole face is a scar.
Yeah.
He got slashed.
Did he really?
He was all the hooligans we mark for.
Yeah.
He was as much of a hooligan as
Chopper.
Realize,
I didn't realize that was scarring.
a fucking menace to society, Teddy Atlas. Until
I guess I assumed it was like birth thing, like
yeah, like
whatever.
some shit happened. No. His face was hanging off.
Yeah.
In Staten Island, he got $150. But
Yeah.
his book is the second person in a row I'm talking about. His book is bat shit crazy, dog. His era and his age now in Staten Island.
How old is he now?
Like 60. He was really young when he trained Mike, because he was under Customato.
Yeah.
So he was Cuss's young boy.
Right.
And Teddy's niece was like 11, and Mike was like 14. And he like pushed up on her, and Teddy put a gun to Mike's head, and Cuss told him, "You gotta go." It's Teddy. He rode for Mike.
He's 61.
61.
Put a gun to Mike's head,
Yeah.
and Mike smiled. So Teddy pulled the trigger next to his ear. Oh, it's a deal, bro. Teddy's book is
They still have heat.
like 18 months ago. Teddy was calling a show that Mike was promoting, and there's a picture of them hugging. And he said, "I always loved the kid. I just wanted to hear him say he was sorry." And
Okay.
that's all I ever wanted to hear from him.
Okay.
He said, "Now it's done." He was like my son then, and I would watch him fight and root for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hated what happened to him with Don King
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
This one, OG said, if we don't like something, we're going to shoot. This, I don't know about this one, so throw it at you.
Throw it at me.
Professor. Hipsters.
I mean, I don't really got heat with that item. I would say that, I mean, we knew hipsters before they were called hipsters, and then when they were called hipsters, we're like, well, that fucking makes a lot of sense.
Sure.
Like, it's probably the best name of somebody.
Facts.
Like Gen Xers is like a whack statement.
Facts.
But and hipsters almost perfect.
Facts.
And it's almost perfect that some hipsters. It's weird. 'Cause some hipsters embrace it, and some
See,
hipsters.
I didn't know that. I thought that was a slur. Do y'all think that?
I always thought it was what people who weren't hipsters called hipsters.
Okay.
Right.
I was in.
So like a slur.
I mean, not a crazy one
No,
you'd
but-
rumble over. I was in Boston doing a signing, and I said something about like Baba Body's hipsters, and this girl that was there, jokingly, but knew I wasn't like being like mean about it. Was like, hey, don't say that. I'm a hipster. Dead serious. And I was like, oh, whoa, that just fucked the guy. I didn't know nobody embraced it.
I didn't know either. Like I figured they would just say, "Oh, we're in the art world, or we're like,
Yeah.
we're just new city folk kids or
Yeah.
whatever." Like,
The reason I'm saying this is a weird one is because, like, if you listen to the show, you kind of know where we stand. I don't think.
well, I think they want to hear us shoot.
All right,
You know
all
what I'm
right.
saying?
No, I'm just all right.
Yeah.
You're right. OG. I mean,
I don't think I care anymore.
yeah,
I cared for like 10 minutes.
I cared it like 15 years ago. I
It
think.
cared when like you woke up one day and they were just fucking everywhere. Now there's just they're almost like a lamppost. Okay,
It's
it's there.
very, it's
whatever.
very much this thing that struck you, and then you go, "Oh, they're innocent enough."
Harmless, except when they're in front of me in line in a coffee place. or
Sure.
something. Then I'll be,
Yeah, but that applies to everybody. So that's not that has nothing to do with that.
Yep.
That has to do with don't aggravate us,
Right.
and don't be around our shit.
Right.
And once you come into our shit, at least do so with respect. And I've never seen it any other way than that.
But harmless. I mean,
No,
they're-
what I meant is, I've never seen them not be harmless.
Yeah. Right.
If we love some shit and they came there but remain harmless, then I'm still cool with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's. I've never had an issue.
I think some of the hipster thing falls into what's the word I'm looking for?
Misconstrued.
As
Misinterpreted?
what gentrification is.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother fucking
Right.
ballgame.
I mean, it's a whole show.
Right.
They're also not the ones gentrifying,
Right.
which is the whole other thing. They might be there.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
It's a whole show. Mm-hmm. Professor. Mm-hmm. Colt 45.
Are you serious?
I swear to
right.
God.
I don't think I've had it in 20 years, but
I think 20 it might be more.
I mean, I think if they wanted to go legit, if Billy D was running the back in the day,
Correct.
if they got like the boy that played Lando in
Wow.
That's heavy.
That's real heavy.
their
too.
Yeah.
fucking sales would go
What's
through
boy
the roof.
name?
That's a good
Glover.
idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah, that goddamn sales would go through the roof.
Glover.
Danny?
Savion? What's boy name from Atlanta? He raps.
I don't know.
Damn it. I was right on
Kid
it.
who's on that show.
Donald
Yeah,
Glover
Donald Glover. So you want Donald Glover to be the new pitch man
for Colt
for
45.
Colt 45 because he's Lando now.
I mean, dude, it writes itself.
I agree. OG.
I ain't got anything on that.
Right, but when you drank and hated it, do you remember what it was?
Jungle juice.
Well, that's why you're at where you are. See, I suggest that's where people start.
That's what I did.
Right. And they're like, this is the shit, so I'm not fucking with this anymore.
And then on a side note, the second party I got busted for at my house, my parents kicked everybody out.
Hold on. Let's just busted for until they were just like, have it over here.
Yeah.
Because they eventually just let us have it.
Yeah. The second one I got busted for, they kicked everybody out, grounded me, and then I remember my mom kicking my door in and being like, ha ha ha, and I'm drinking your fucking beer too now. And she had like a Colt 45 22, and was drinking it despite me.
Oh,
Like
damn.
I stole your beer and you're grounded forever.
Damn right.
Yeah.
You might think I'm gonna blow both of your minds. When we was young, that was like the top tier. That was the Moet. I couldn't
Jesus.
afford no Colt 45, dog. Cause that was the highest on the scale of
The low end liquors.
Like,
the malt liquors? Is it malt liquor?
Yeah, bro. Like a 40 an idiot was like 2 for $3. So I was going 2 for $3 for 240s an idiot. And then it was like 2 for $4 for Old Gold for Ing Bing. And then Billy D was like 2 for $6.
Yeah. That was a gentleman's malt liquor.
It was, but see, you're not.
That was
you're
old
not
head shit.
y'all ain't walking with me. This motherfucker had commercials.
Yeah.
It wasn't until rappers started co-signing shit that St. Ides had commercials.
Yeah.
And OE had commercials. Billy D, that shit was on TV. Well, we were watching that with our parents.
But I also think they were the only person in the malt liquor market at the time.
It's not true. Let's not get into this.
All right.
I'm not gonna make a big thing. But, I mean, bro, like there was no Crazy Horse commercial, bro.
No,
there was no
not.
Cokie 9 commercial.
No. There was
You know what
no
I'm
Mad
saying?
Dog 50/50 commercial.
There was
either.
not.
One Street